Get fucked.
Well, I don't know what happened there. Something went wrong with the stream. We didn't get the pre-roll. Never mind. We'll have a. Oh dear, I don't know. But anyway, never mind. We're online now. Welcome to the Silly Shield Show, and hopefully we'll have some silly stuff to show. I'm just going to check the stream to make sure that we are on. Yes, we are on. So, first of all, we're going to just start off with some announcements. Unfortunately, Dick Dawson, he's a bit poorly tonight, so he can't be with us. But we'd like to I'd like to send a message out to him. It's there you go, Dick. Get better soon. That's actually just got nothing to do with your illness. I think you can do better. Just get better, will you? Yeah. But anyway, never mind. We're going to move on with the show. And you know what? Tonight we're going to break tradition. We're going to break tradition of breaking traditions. Why don't we just kick off with a little bit of a round table to see who's here? Mipet, would like to do a little round table?
Sure, why not? Who have we got here? We have Purple Commander, Just Drunk Monkey, DK, and me. There you go, round table. Oh, you mean that we've got to let him say hello? Oh shit! Okay.
Well, yeah. I think we could do that tonight. Go on, try again. Everything's going wrong so far. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, there you go. No, we have
ourselves together.
Purple rhymes with orange. How you doing this evening?
Doing okay. Just kind of getting through things.
Hanging in there. How's your stream been for your charity drive at the moment?
Well, it's doing pretty good. It's up to about 1,700. We're hoping to get up to 5,000, and next weekend Uncle Beck and Dr. Ben are gonna run a marathon for it.
Fantastic. So everyone out there, go check that out. It's a very good cause to get a car there for Purple, or fix the car for Purple, so that she can take Lavender Lady into hospital as needed. So excellent
actually
cause.
It's me and Sloth Girl to
Sloth Girl. Oh god, that's me just getting mixed up. But, you know what I'm like.
Yeah, it's replacing a car. My old one was 20 years old with 260,000 miles, and at this point would require a complete engine rebuild. So it's probably cheaper to replace it than to repair it.
Yeah. So good cause there. Check it out, guys.
Well, right. I put the thing back up again. Get better soon. That's for your poorly car, and also Mipet, get better. All right.
Oh, I'm trying. Okay. Yes. Commander 401, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great tonight, and from what I understand, we have a huge pile that flat earth dog that just pooped all over the screen at the end of the intro, and we got to sift through it and rip it apart. It was left by the flat earth.
Woo! And we also have a very drunk monkey with us, but without the alcohol. So,
yes,
hey, monkey, how you doing?
Oi, fucking oi. Yeah, I found the alcohol, so I'm sound as fuck.
He went searching cupboards, ladies and gentlemen. And then finally,
I forgot to mention, because my dad's here, isn't he? And he's asleep on the floor, and I've been picking scabs off of him and eating them. So yeah, it's lovely.
Buffet meal. Oh my god!
I'll go on to his toenails. Bye.
Then we've got our wonderful producer, because of Dick just being sick, hangover. DKG Custom, how are you this evening, my dear?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I was just thinking about, what Monkey was talking about, this buffet. They do that in Japan as well, don't they? You get sushi bars and you can eat off women who are straddled across, pretending to be a table. But anyway, that's what I was thinking of at the time. So I got a little bit whacked out for a moment there. So we're okay. So yes, tonight's show, we got some videos. I was explaining to people in the background. I had a couple of journalism ones up, but he was just blathering on and on and on and on and on. So I haven't checked out these other ones. So they might also be people blathering on and on and on nonsense, and we're not getting anywhere. So it might be a really short show because we might just get sick of them all really, really quick. But we'll see what happens. And
Sounds like a plan.
On that note, on that awkward pause, maybe should we just go straight into one?
Yeah, fucking sort it out. Pull yourself together. Get something fucking on the screen, and let's rip the fucking piss out of it.
All right, monkey.
Or maybe debunk some bullshit. But most of the time, it's not even anything to debunk. It's just you're a dick.
Well, you'll like this first one then. It's Astronaut versus Flat Earth by our old friend Level Earth Observer.
I'm having a swig of beer
The
for this
Astronaut's
one.
Guide to the Flat Earth Theory by the Liar on the Wire, Chris Hadfield. And straight off the bat, before we even play Chris's video, we've got problems. One, the flat Earth isn't a theory. The flat Earth is simply demonstrable science that can be tested and verified by all, the results of which prove the globe's scientifically impossible. I'll call you the three fundamentals.
He never
very
actually
quickly.
demonstrates that, though, does he? He
Yeah.
just says that fucking time and time again.
Well, he just proved that he doesn't understand what scientific theory
You can't
is.
have an air pressure system next to a vacuum
Exactly.
without some kind of solid wall to separate the two. And large standing bodies of water do not have the ability to display convexity upon its surface. Three demonstrable facts that can be tested and verified by all, the results of which prove
Convexity,
the
is that a new
scientifically
word?
Impossible. That's the flat Earth. Nothing theoretical, 100% demonstrable. And that's why, of course, we also get misrepresentations like this pizza dish Earth with tin foil hovering in a vacuum, cited as the flat Earth, yet no one on this Earth actually believes that tosh.
No,
See
apart from
the
you
problems
idiots
here?
that believe
And
some
this is coming with
tosh.
a so-called hero from space. But when we actually look at it, it's obvious. We've got a pantomime star here trying to save his tarnished reputation. Very badly, as we're about to see. So let's have a look.
When the very first balloon was launched that could carry people, it was in Paris in the late 1700s. And it was Montgolfier, the brothers. They had hydrogen balloons and hot air balloons. And it was the cutting edge of science.
I think while we're just quickly talking about balloons, we'll quickly go somewhere and we'll jump back, Chris. Bear with me.
Now, interesting that he mentions while we're talking about balloons coming from the biggest gas bag on YouTube, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's saying that no one believes in that pancake pizza dish thing, but yet that's the only model any flat earther has ever put out. And then there's tons of variations of it.
Can I just say something? But this geezer just talks. He just talks and says things and says what isn't. So it's like, okay, so he says, you know, that same spiel that he says time and time again about it can be proven demonstrably fucking whatever. I should know it off by heart, but I can't think.
Yeah, I know.
You know why I am, right?
Yeah, it's
Just said that
burned
on
into
the
us.
video. And even then, it's like saying that what they're fucking putting up. Okay, so show us something. But he never will. He'll just have an opinion on fucking the biggest pile of bollocks to have an opinion on.
And just go up in those balloons and you'll see more and more and more as you get higher and higher and higher. And then pretty soon you'll start getting dizzy and you will pass out because of the gradient. Maybe someone should take him up in one and not give him an oxygen mask.
Well, I reckon he's had lost a few brain cells just going up into that crane that he drives. But yeah, never mind. Should we carry on?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
certainly.
Here's a quick shot, 20 miles up, showing the Earth, obviously not being a ball, which of course is demonstrably true, and showing the sun to be small and local. We've got a hot spot there. Again, this can be tested and verified by all with demonstrations of water
What does tested and
And of course,
verified
anyone
by
can
all
send a
mean?
balloon up as well.
It's
We know
means
for a
talking
scientific
Koch.
fact, any supposed curve is optical and not physical. That is a demonstrable
What?
scientific fact.
And how is it demonstrable?
Sorry to interrupt your exciting story, Chris. I just thought we were on the subject of balloons. I thought I might as well destroy quickly the globe Earth theory using a balloon. You gotta love it. Anyway, back to your exciting story, pal.
It was the cutting edge of technology. We just learned how to capture a gas like hydrogen that would be lighter than air. You could make a balloon. And the first balloon rose, and Ben Franklin was there, and it was huge and magnificent, all of those scientists. And it rose, but it got out of control, and it went and landed out in the countryside 15 miles away from Paris. And the peasants there attacked it with pitchforks because they thought it was an alien coming from space. The schism between learned understanding and scientific pursuit and the common perception of what was normal was that close, just 15 miles away. There was an enormous gap between what we knew and what we were doing.
That's
and
incredible.
what a lot of
isn't it?
folks knew yet, or
It's-
what had
he's talking
become
about
part of
Bertelson.
common knowledge.
I can't speak for the folks with the pitchforks in your story. I simply stand by what is true. And because of that, there's no gaps. And I won't fall for the propaganda or the brainwashing that you're trying to push. I.e. that anyone who questions the globe narrative is the people with the pitchforks in your story. No.
Yeah.
Shame on you for hinting at that.
No.
We're all scientists. We can all test and verify things for ourselves.
You're not a
Just 'cause
scientist,
someone
you're a
wears a
crane
white coat
driver.
doesn't mean they're any better than anyone else, particularly if they're claiming they get different results from scientific demonstrations than every other person on this earth. And of course,
Can
they
just
won't be
pause.
to demonstrate it, and of course, they'll be on the payroll.
Shut up, Meg.
Do you know what, right? We all need right now, and this needs to be done. We need to do this in our community, right? We need to get everybody, even the big cats like fucking Simon Dan, to do a little thing. We need to get him to show us the experiments that he talks about that can be tested and verified, to be tested and verified on camera by him.
Yeah.
This is it. We're doing that, yeah?
Yeah.
Mipet's written it down. It will be done.
I tell you what, at one point
This is a campaign now.
I will go through his channel and see if there are any experiments done by him. I think he did one before by, sitting in his crane saying, well, look, my crane is not becoming a Foucault's pendulum, therefore Foucault pendulum's a lie, which is fucking stupid in itself. But maybe there's some people in the chat who know Level Earth Observer quite well, and
at the end of the day, you cannot compare a fucking heavy lifting crane, right, to a fucking pendulum that has been specifically set up, that is precise, a precision fucking setup in every fucking way. And to his crane
right.
that lifts fucking parts of buildings. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I'll fucking dribble out of my nose. Perhaps that should spin around then. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think he's allowed to call himself a flat earther if he hasn't chucked a ball in a drill and poured water on it.
And, he operates a crane, right? The only time you turn a crane into a anything close to the kind of swinging you get from a Foucault pendulum is when you have a fucking wrecking ball. Otherwise, you don't want it to swing wildly. You just want it to hover and move slowly over where you want it, and then put it down where you want it.
It would be quite nice, though. I tell you what, though, just very, very quickly, it would be quite nice and quite satisfying to watch a wrecking ball destroy a building just by processing as the Earth spins around it. Where they're actually not locking down dominoes on the Foucault's pendulum. Just have this wrecking ball just smashing buildings up, just processing.
But what you want next to it is a Foucault pendulum.
Yeah, well, The problem is after 12 hours, you'd be hitting the building across the street, right?
Hey,
There's a pendulum.
hey,
and
I
there's a
didn't say. I
train.
didn't.
Let's watch.
I didn't say it would be accurate, Purple. I just said it'd be, rather soothing to watch. But yeah, let's
It's all getting closer and closer and closer, and then finally it drifts enough to hit the building.
Well, it's not going to work. He's a dumb fuck that parrots the same shit over and over again, but just puts different videos of different shit up. We need to fucking campaign to get him to show us one of these fucking scientific experiments that can be tested by all and verified and whatever else bollocks he fucking spits out of the fucking anus hole that nestles beneath his nose.
Tony Regime in the chat says, hang a pendulum in the middle of Stonehenge.
Banging.
Sloth Hero's got it in the side chat there. Fulcrum's pendulum, the world's first spirograph.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's let him yab on a little bit more, shall we? Hang on, I've got to go and find the right button to do it. All right, play.
So we're all scientists, and none of us are the people portrayed in your story with the pitchforks. If anything, it's the globe believers and pushers and propagandists who are the clowns with the pitchforks. Shame on you for trying to reverse that and invert that. I know you're trying to save your tarnished space pantomime career, which is literally in tatters now, but you're just digging yourself into a deeper and deeper hole. But please, continue.
There's nothing new about the speed with which we're inventing things and the ability for people to understand what's going on. There's a recent populist sort of wave of anti-science, and as if that's something.
No, again, another misrepresentation. I stand by, I'm only speaking for myself here, I stand by demonstrable science, tested and verified by all. That's not anti-science. What you're trying to do again is tar people who found out the globe using demonstrable science, who don't fall for your sophist scientific demonstrations, your explanations, your cartoons, and your excuses.
He gets a pause there. Kind of ironic. You have a guy here, a scientist, an astronaut and scientist, who is basically saying that I've completely lost what I was going to say now. But yeah, basically saying that there is these science deniers out there, and then you have a science denier out there telling him that he's wrong. It's kind of a weird inception loop there going on, don't you think?
Yeah.
Or was it just me that noticed that?
Yeah, no, I mean, just because somebody's had, 4, 6, 8 years of training in some specialty doesn't mean they're an expert in it, does it?
No. I mean, clearly not, because that is pure fucking. I am absolutely fucking stunned, because he doesn't just drive any crane. He drives pretty much the fucking monster of any town. You know what I mean? That crane's. It's quite a prestigious job in that sort of field, isn't it? Wouldn't you say, DK? He's not driving a fucking little mini digger, is he? And,
that can be a couple 100 feet up.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of responsibility. He's got to be, switched on and that. But that just proves that he can be good at something but still be an absolute fucking bellend.
All he's got to do is remember to take his sandwiches with him when he climbs the ladder. That's the level of the qualifications he needs. I think.
Yeah. I'm surprised. It don't make sense. But then, knobhead, bellend, fucking dumb as fuck. And he this is what actually won, to be honest with you, this is one geezer that quietly infuriates me. In his tone, his tone, the way he's like, kind of almost, I don't know, it's just like, oh man, I just want to fuck it. That's why I'm going to make sure we start a campaign to get him to show us one of these fucking scientific experiments that could be tested and verified by all on camera by him.
And at this point, I should mention, I hope he's watching tonight, because he commented on one of our shows recently and said, what a sad little bunch of people we are. Come on. Hey.
Don't worry.
Elio, we're here. We're here for you.
I'll send him a link. I always send him links because I do him quite a lot because he infuriates me because he's such a prick.
You do realise you're probably blocked. I know I'm blocked.
More likely, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he's not capable of rigging the loads. The math and as far as rigging the loads, you'll find in the statics test book in the engineering course that I took. And I don't think he has the critical faculties to actually rig the loads that he lifts with what's coming out of his mouth.
Well, you certainly think, didn't you? All right,
yeah, to be an operator, it's more about him having the coordination, not necessarily any math skills.
Yeah, let's move him on, shall we?
You're trying to tar the people who have called that out and found it out for the sophist tosh that it is as anti-science, when in fact they're the real scientists, the people that stand by things that can be tested and verified by all. You, the globe believers, are the anti-science. You're the ones that cite sophistry. You're the ones that have got fallacious logic residing inside your fucking spacious heads. So again, trying to lie and misrepresent, and this is supposedly a Canadian hero, but he's a liar on a wire.
New. It's mostly because social media has given everybody what appears to be an equal voice.
People have shared the space fails all across the internet. People have shared scientific demonstrations all across the earth. And of course, we found out the globe's impossible and space is a silly charade. One that you starred and participated in many times, which is why we got you on our screen on damage control.
Of Hyde Park in London, there's Speaker's Corner, and that used to be the internet, where you could go stand there and yell any stupid thing you wanted. And if people
imagine going there, Speaker's Corner, oyez, oyez, tower cranes are upside down on a spinning, wobbling, oscillating ball. Large standing bodies of water have the ability to display convexity upon its surface.
What are its intentions? What are its capabilities?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but he'd sound better standing on a fucking street corner and having people pelt him with fucking fruit.
I'll tell you what, that there was the biggest pile of fucking dirty underwear I've ever fucking seen.
I think it's just proof that the internet, like things like Flat Earth, I'm going to quote Sir Sick, were absolutely too stupid before the internet to really take off. But then people all over, the dumbasses all over the world who were formerly separated by geography could congregate in one place, be it virtual, and cross-pollinate each other with bullshit.
With very little effort involved as well. I mean, he's talking about Speaker's Corner being the internet of the day. Well, you'd actually have to go there and actually listen to it. You actually had to go and put effort in either to speak bullshit or listen to it. Or with the internet, you can just sit in your fat sloppy chair and engage on the internet like we're doing right now.
You'd have to get off your ass and do something in order to spread your bullshit and get noticed, but doing something is just so goddamn hard.
Yeah, I was thinking that the internet has given them a community because the ones who aren't smart enough to operate a doorknob can use it.
Nice one. I tell you what though is kind of ironic. On Speaker's Corner, you do have what is his name? piss drinking Dave Murphy, allegedly Dave. He goes down to Speaker's Corner and spouts his flat Earth bullshit. So you know, he's still doing internet the old-fashioned way as well, Leo. So shut the fuck up.
You know what? You know, I mentioned a pub that I used to run in London. Well, that was where Speaker's Corner was, right there, Marble Arch. Right there. And I used to go there as well. I was going out with this Australian bird, and she used to fuck off, and I was just sitting there for hours, just talking to everyone. Fucking, oh mate, I loved it, man. I was fucking really vocal, mate.
Oh, I can imagine it.
Oh, good fun, man. Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. I miss that, to be fair.
All right, let's bring him in for a little bit more.
You can have an air pressure system next to a vacuum without any kind of solid separation. They think you were fucking bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. And they'd be right.
Wanted to gather around and listen, that was their choice. But if you weren't interested in whatever that person was spouting, then you didn't need to listen. But now, internet has sort of turned everything into the speaker's corner. So you really...
Your composure, you're slipping a little bit with your composure, champ. You slipped out of your role there, your false confidence. We saw the cracks. You're done for.
Pause.
You have to just decide
Pause.
what are you going to listen to and what aren't you.
Shut up,
and
Meg.
if someone decides to put forward some stupid idea that is patently false, like if somebody says the sky is orange, you can have an argument.
I accidentally hit
I didn't realise that not only could he do a really prestigious, like heavy machinery job, like drive a crane like that, but he was also an expert in body language and human behaviour. And
he absolutely is.
Yeah,
I think we've woken a beast by bringing Level Earth Observer on. We got M2M in the house.
Oh god, we got Leo, have we already?
Hey there.
Welcome.
Evening.
We know he's your favourite. I did it on purpose.
Oh, did you? I must have. I honestly didn't know. I haven't looked at the live stream yet. So, but yeah, my ears must have been burning.
Exactly.
Oh, is he almost finished, Jim?
Oh, have you? Good. I'll get the leftovers then.
He's the biggest fucking bellend on the internet. Do you know Matt? Right? I was just saying, he infuriates me. Right? It's just the way he fucking dismisses things and the way he just parrots shit. Matt, did you hear our campaign we're starting? Have you heard?
No, he didn't. He didn't hear anything. I don't know if there's anybody here. I mean, Mipet, you've been taking notes, but I bet you haven't got that many notes to bring Matt up to speed about the shit that he's been saying. I don't even think I could do it.
I can do it right now because this is right, Matt. Because this is what I'm starting. We right now are starting a fucking campaign to get this geezer to, you know, all these scientific experiments that can be tested and verified by all. We want them to be tested and verified by him on camera, and we are gonna fucking get on it because he parrots that same shit over and over again in every single video. So he is gonna show us one of these fucking scientific experiments that are.
I think you'd be, to be honest with you, I'm only going to be brutally honest here. I think you're doing that. You're going to be pissing in the wind, quite honestly, because I'll tell you the reason why.
It'll be fun. We're doing it for fun, mate.
Well, yeah, I realise that, but you're not going to get a response out of him because he very rarely does any response videos anyway. It doesn't happen very often. Only the really big ones. He's done it with Simon Dan, and I think that Toon once. Between them, but that's about the height of it. But he won't debate anybody either.
No,
and he won't respond to it.
Well, but what we're doing is like all of a sudden, if there's a wave of then if there's just a wave of people, creators, any creator, whatever who wants to make a video, and just ask him to do that and fucking tag him and make sure he gets it. If he's getting bombarded with show us one of these fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Yeah. I know where you're coming from. I don't
it'll be fun. It'll be fun just to get people to just fucking have a pop at him.
Yeah, you can have a pop at him. Yeah, it'll be fun. But you won't get anything out of him.
He's second on the list, right? He's second on the list to Nathan Oakley for me. Don't know why. He just infuriates me.
I mean,
Well-
I never ever got a response from me, even when I commented on his videos and stuff like that. I'd never get a reply, even on the comments. Get nothing, absolutely zilch. He just never bothers, and unless you're like a really big YouTuber, in which case he'll do that for to get their views and stuff like Simon Dan MC2 or whatever. But that's about the height of it. But nobody else, he wouldn't go near them. He doesn't want to know, and he won't debate anybody either. That's for sure.
I don't want to debate him. I don't want to debate anyone. There's no debate. The Earth's fucking globe, and that's the end of it. Why debate it? What, you want to debate it? Well, why would I, mate? It's a globe. Simple as that. I ain't got nothing to debate. You can fucking parrot all the bollocks you can, but like you're wrong. Simple as that. There's no debate.
All you would get is Tosh, pantomime, and all that shit.
It doesn't matter.
Not a
They're still wrong.
coherent sentence.
They're still wrong. Doesn't matter. Let them say what they want. We just laugh at their bollocks.
Well,
you know what I mean, that's all we do is laugh at their bollocks. We are here to show what absolute fucking idiots they are. They are people that can hold quite good jobs and can be seemingly fucking together, and then think absolute fucking idiocy, like the Earth is fucking flat when we know it isn't flat. We can prove it for ourselves. We can fucking see photographs because you can't deny it. There are rockets going up. And I'll tell you what, you fucking dumb globe-denying fucksticks. How about this? Why don't you, when they launch the fucking people that are going to go to the moon, right, get the fucking appropriate equipment, do a bob, spend fucking 28 grand and track the fucking thing to the moon. And if you still don't believe it, then just fucking bash your fucking heads in with a fucking broom.
So what's the video you've got then? What have we got?
Should we carry on?
Yeah.
Go on then.
The sky is orange. You can have an argument about it if you want, but it's obviously not true. So there's really no point.
I've seen plenty of orange and red skies. Again, you're not making much sense. Again, you're desperately clutching at straws trying to save this tarnished career of yours. And again, all you've done, like I said, is dug a bigger hole that you've put yourself in, that you're going to be
What time? Yeah, do you know what? Fuck this off. This is bollocks now, man. He's just disrespecting a fucking a figure who will be forever ingrained in history. What a fucking prick! Fuck off.
How is his career tarnished? Did he mention what?
No, he's just talking absolute bollocks. That's why I don't even. Do you know what? There's nothing to discuss. All this is, right, is him fucking being derogatory and disrespecting a fucking. Come on, I mean.
Yeah, no. I'm just asking. All I've heard is tarnished. That's all I've heard. So I don't know what
he's just saying that. He's just saying that.
Oh right, he thinks his career is tarnished because he said
it's tarnished. It's tarnished because the globe lies falling apart. That's why it's tarnished. That's in his head. That's what he's pushing, mate. No. It's not like that at all. That's how he thinks. He does that because I've seen him do it before. I've been like, yeah, only because you believe that people are waking up that it's that, when really isn't.
Leo talked about how he started sharing the flat earth in a pub after work, and I think he's just projecting onto the astronaut what happened to his career when everyone took the piss out of him in the bar.
I think he was dropped on his head by a baby, as a baby. Not by a baby, as a baby, from a mother who didn't love him. Something. something. Very sad
I'm going
story.
with the penguins theory.
Let's go with the penguins theory.
I think he might have fallen out of his crane a few times and hit his head.
We used it as a fuck-up pendulum and went the wrong way and smashed into his cab.
You think That has to be the case. Come on.
All right, well, let's move on from Level of Observer. We've got a new video up to discuss. It's all right, Matt. You'll still like it. It's about space.
Oh,
so
if it's Leo, I am. You can put me back in my cage.
wow. Should we find out who it is?
It might be, you know.
Now, Monkey, if you hide from the stupid, you don't get any
History
more
in the
beer.
making here. China's latest space station crew are going to have their historical first EVA.
Oh my fucking
This footage is
word.
hot off
Come
the press. I
on.
figure, why not? Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. He loves that one, doesn't he? Let's have a look. I could probably fucking say word for word what he's going to say, but not fill in the gaps to his new bitch.
Just quickly going to
Let's
pause
listen.
it there. This is filmed from the control room and shows what a charade it is. Couple of dodgy, basically camera angles. What appears to be a computer-generated Mercator map with some areas with zones on it. Not that informative. No doubt they'll have some numbers on a screen to convince them of this silly charade actually happening.
Hang on. It's fucking Chinese.
It's
What? Hang on. Pause that a second. It's not very
Yeah, please.
informative. It's fucking Chinese. What does he fucking want? How much information does he want from a fucking Chinese screen in Chinese?
He wants to have the live stream chat going on the side in China.
For fuck's sake. Not very informative.
And as far as the camera angles go, what the hell does he expect? Space is at a premium. They just stick the camera where it won't be in the way.
Yeah, I know. Oh, fucking film crew. Useless.
Damn it.
And you're talking about, they've got computers. Yeah, there's computer generated Mercator map.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Ours is going to be produced on the computer screen.
It is just a fucking graphic. It's not like a live photo of the Earth. We don't need that for informational graphics.
Yeah. What? Does he want like a printed map or something, like a big print, like big wide format printer, and stuck it on the wall?
Yeah, with pins and magnets and stuff like that. And people moving things around with big long sticks.
But in English, in China. That's
in English, yeah, and English, and have the right information that he needs.
Yeah, with some numbers on it. Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. If there was actually information on there, would he even fucking understand it anyway?
Well,
fuck no.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, it's fucking Chinese in China, Chinese space agency. What do you want? What the fuck? Oh
God. Okay.
No. See, this explains it. How the worldwide conspiracy works is NASA actually has to pretend to do Chinese launches just so that they think there's other countries going there.
Right, exactly.
Do you know what? It is just utter fucking bollocks. They just say fucking shit, don't they? Everything that comes out of their mouth is just utter bollocks. I bumped into if Dick was here, he would know what I was talking about. Maybe someone here might, maybe they won't. But there used to be a guy, and sometimes he pops up from time to time, and he calls himself, he's a flat earther, and he calls himself, is it 'cause I is flat? And I knew this geezer that as a friend of my dad's, and I've known him for maybe 5 or 6 years at this point. My dad's known him for like about 15 years, and he always used to come up with these dodgy conspiracy theories, and I just used to fucking go yeah. Then I started doing this, getting into flat earth, and one day, learning about like all of it, because it's all connected, isn't it? If you're flat earthy, you believe anything. everything, fucking, you know what I mean? Because that's the ultimate one, and that's the fucking cherry on the cake.
Well,
Earth.
one thing they don't
But-
believe in is the round Earth, but be fair, they don't believe everything.
No, but they. My point is, like, this geezer. Once I spent time in this community, this geezer come around one day, and he was going about planes not needing fuel. That one. I said to him, "Fucking hell, Charles, I bet you're a flat earther as well." And he was like, "Yeah, I am. Yeah." I was like, "No way, man. Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, the Earth's flat." I was like, "Oh, you fucking, you're a knob, man. Seriously." He's like, "Yeah." And I told him about, I have a channel, blah blah blah. Anyway, he said, I'm in there from time to time. Yeah, I'm called Is It Cause I Is Flat? And I was like, "Is that you?" I said, "I fucking spoke to you in chat, and you, like, I've known you for years." And but I seen him the other day. I hadn't seen him for a long time, and we had a bit of banter. Although, I mean, honestly, can you imagine? You know, when you talk to them in the chat, they're like it in real life. Once they get on it, he jumps on me. He brings it up. I don't want to talk to him about shape of the Earth because the Earth's a globe. I don't want to talk to him about shape of the Earth. I know he believes different, but I don't want to talk to him about it because he's wrong, you know? But he will bring it up, and they can't help it. They are fucking like, oh my word. But I want to get him to fucking sit in the room with me and actually fucking talk to me, because I've known him for years, and like, we should stream that. He has agreed to it a long time ago, and I didn't see him for a long time, but I would like to do that, and I think it should be done because he's up for it. So if I can fucking nail him down, I'd like to do that. It'll be a laugh, and I'll probably just
Nail them up. That's what I say. Nail them up. Nailing them up is too good for them.
Put them in a field and bomb the bastards. Anyway, what else has Leo got to say about this?
Monkey, before we continue, I don't know if I have a camera good enough. There's a bridge near me that is long enough to probably show evidence of convexity. I'll send you a picture if my camera's good enough.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They'll just claim it's a fisheye lens.
Yeah. And in the immortal words of Robert Simmons, it's bollocks because it has to be. Right, let's move on, shall we? Let's get back to the little boy, the little man, the one and only Leveleth Observer. Let's play.
But basically, take
pantomime.
Our mate now is supposedly opening the door to the vacuum of space. You remember NASA's hatch when they opened it?
No.
Into the vacuum of space, and it was all floppy. The reason it was
That's
floppy
because
was
it's not
because it was
a
an
hatch,
underwater
you
scene.
stupid
It needed
man.
to be floppy, so there wasn't too much drag or resistance, because otherwise it would have been obvious because it was underwater.
A bit like your
The
cock,
scene's
Leo.
obviously not underwater, and they don't need the floppy door. Therefore, we've got a firm, fixed door.
Wait a minute.
Solid. Certainly
This
solid
guy
compared
just
to...
absolute talks dribble. It's just shit. Honestly, get rid of him.
Orange,
No.
you wanted to make a point?
Yeah,
I want him.
he was saying it had to be floppy because it was underwater and there'd be too much drag. But why would drag matter if it was like a stage set that wasn't moving?
Do you know what, right? I would like to ask this question. How does he sit there and look at this and then come up with the explanations he comes up with when, like, what you're looking at is clearly what you're looking at? You know, it's a person orbiting the Earth in the International Space Station. But, you know, and I've worked with hair for 30 years, you know, I'm a barber. I've done 20 years as fucking doing women's hair, okay? So I know about hair, and it doesn't behave like that anywhere on Earth. You know, no hairspray, no product's going to make it behave like that on Earth. It has to be, in my opinion, as a professional from the age of 16, and I'm 47 this year, it absolutely has to be out in space, because hair can't do that on Earth. Simple as that.
So anyway, what Adam is talking about is on the ISS is the floppy thermal, is the thermal cover. They're always banging on about it. They do that all over Facebook and all the rest of it, and blah blah blah. There it is again, and it's, it doesn't matter how many times you actually say it. It's not a hatch; it's a thermal core. I've got photographs of the inside of that airlock with a very solid looking door, and that's all it is. It's basically just to keep when they before pressurization or just before depressurization. It's just they use that really just to keep a thermal equilibrium, for want of a better word.
Well, an important point to make is he says that NASA was shooting it with the floppy hat, the floppy hatch.
Yeah.
Work words. They were doing it because they were underwater. However, the floppy hatch, which is just a thermal cover, as Matt points out, kind of just floats away when it's pushed, not the same way as it would work underwater. Because if you've got something floppy underwater and you push on it, it just folds in on around your hand, doesn't it? It doesn't just float away as if it's like it's out in space.
Yeah, if you look at it, it behaves very differently than when you're actually underwater, very, very differently.
Yeah, but obviously he won't bring that up.
No, of course he won't.
No.
If you want to do an experiment with something that simulates lack of atmosphere, Blender's cloth simulator, when you get rid of the atmosphere and then you make something move, it actually becomes more floppy than when you give it an atmosphere.
Right.
It keeps on going, just like the flag on the moon.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, we can't bring up CGI and simulation because that would just set Leo off. Should we bring him back?
Yeah.
All right. Where is he? Let's play.
The floppy one of NASA's we've all seen. Again, quite telling. But this is about to get silly, as it always does with China. As he about to open the door to the vacuum of space and reveal the Earth to us all, it seems the Earth has changed shape yet again.
Oh, here he goes.
Now, China are presenting the Earth as a different shape again. I wonder what our mate's going to say here when he opens the door and sees the Earth has changed shape again.
This is fucking ridiculous. Is it me or is there no sound?
No,
and then we got this scene, which is obviously filmed again from the control room on the other side of the Mercator map, and just shows what a pantomime setup they've got in the Chinese control room. Again, I wonder if our mate here is going to comment on the shape of the Earth. I mean, this scene looks so ridiculous. No sane man, woman, or anyone on this Earth, for that matter, should believe in this tosh, or will do. Because if they do, they've clearly got issues.
And why is there a horizon if it's flat? Shouldn't you be able to see all the way to the edge? Why can't you see my house on the Antarctic continent from here?
It's mockery. Again, I've said it to you many times. I can't take people seriously who believe or defend this stuff. I really can't. I actually feel sorry for them.
He is right there. That is one thing.
He's out of the module. He's
he
feeling
has said
good.
that many
No
times.
mention of the Earth
Doesn't mean
having morphed
anything,
and changed
but
shape
keep saying
again.
it.
I suppose these guys are so used to it morphing and changing that it's just part of the norm for them now. If you're wondering, hang on, what are you talking about? Let me show you.
No, it's just your misunderstanding.
This is recent footage I've showed a few times now from China's space station, showing the Earth to bend, warp, and morph.
Sure.
Again, highlighting special effects meltdowns,
Barrel distortion.
exposing them.
Oh,
as
come on,
fraudulent
right? Yeah,
pantomime
let's
artists.
pause this for a second.
Very poor ones. But I gotta be honest.
The question is, what is it? what are its intentions, what are its capabilities.
Anybody with an ounce of fucking sense would know that that's lens distortion. In other words, barrel distortion from a fisheye lens. I mean, you could just see that it is.
Actually, I can tell you exactly what that is. That's a view from a 360 camera that's been put into an equirectangular map. That's all that is.
Yeah, that one there. But I'm saying the previous one where he had them on before, when he's saying, "Oh look, he's changed he's changed shape." I mean, I mean, you don't need to look far. I mean, it's all over the fucking internet. Everybody's banging on about fisheye lens and that kind of effect when it curves upwards. It's so common. He must know about it, surely.
Well,
if he does, he's a clown. He really is. Nobody takes him seriously.
We know he's a clown, but the funny thing is, he's saying that image of the Earth that's is all warped and distorted. That's been generated. Okay, why the fuck would they fake it if they were going to distort it like that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
He's a fucking clown. He really is. It's like, he's laughable. Sometimes he annoys me, but sometimes I just got to laugh at him because he honestly is a clown. He knows nothing. Literally, I don't understand why he goes on about space, because he knows fuck all about it. Literally nothing.
That's why he's here with us tonight.
Yay!
To embarrass himself before how many people in the chat? We would hope the world, but not enough.
Not enough. We want 8 billion in the chat laughing at him.
Honestly, yeah, that's all you can do with this. I mean, he's getting worse. I thought you would get better, and I thought you'd start learning a little bit, but he hasn't. I think he's lost some brain cells. I think he still must keep falling out of that fucking crane of his on his head every time he finishes work. He smashes his head every time he comes out of that crane.
I was beginning to wonder how tall that crane was, and if he gets up high enough to be suffering oxygen deprivation.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. You get brain damage every time he goes up there. Yeah, from oxygen.
I think he gets brain damage standing up in the morning.
Oh, fucking hell! Come on, Adam. Jesus wept. You must know this stuff. Seriously, dude. You're a clown. What are you doing?
Come on, let's see this through to the end. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
Torture.
I love their performances and their work as they continue to destroy the space industry from the inside, and I love it. The globe's obviously impossible, and space is obviously ridiculous. A silly pantomime lapped up by the naive that are becoming smaller in number by the day as people wake up to this obvious fraud.
I mean, look at the solar panels. Look how they're curving and all the rest of it. Does he not notice that?
No.
All that matters is his narrative, and that his beliefs are just drummed home to him and his brain dead followers.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, you're absolutely right. I don't know. I really don't know how he does it. That there has to be like a switch on the back of his head that just like switches off like 9/10 of his brain. Just like, I've got to get through. I've got to do a video. If I think about it, I'll say something stupid like, "Oh shit, the Earth's a globe," and "Oh, space is real." No, switch that. Switch up. Oh no, I am now dumb. Oh. I don't know.
Memory erased.
It's fucked, man.
But then go to. I bet you go to his comments there, and there'd be a whole load of them saying how wonderful he is and how right he is and all the rest of it. It's like,
well, because he deletes and blocks everybody else who says he's a fucking idiot.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know, because I've been one of them.
Yeah. Listen, right, this fucking geezer, he literally just fucking pops up quite often. To be fair, right. Parrots the same shit, but just puts different things up. Says different. He's frustrating in his fucking the way he comes across to you. I just want to, if he was, I don't just attack people unless like, you know, the bell's just gone and I'm stepping forward with boxing gloves on. But that geezer would be the sort of geezer that could talk to me in a pub and I could actually say, mate, I am close to punching you. I haven't. But if you carry on, you might be the first person I actively hit for the first time. I normally defend myself and look after myself, but you would be the first person that I might actually just go, bang, sorry I punched you, but I couldn't help it. You were being an absolutely fucking stupid prick.
Now, Leo doesn't seem to have learned a lesson because he is a popular subject. Simon Dan does videos about him. Creaky Blinder does videos about him. The reason why they do videos about him, because of the amount of shit that comes out of his mouth.
Mate,
because it's so fucking ridiculous.
When I lost my original the Drunk Monkey channel, and I started a new one, he's actually the person I've done more videos about. Well, him and Rachie 2000.
All right, shall we? Let's give him just a few. Let's just give him a few more seconds, shall we? Oh, I realised it didn't come out of pause, but let's carry on. What happened? Play. Oh,
hello. What's happening?
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Did he finish? He might actually have finished.
All right, okay.
What this bollocks on the screen?
That's what I'm thinking as well. What the heck is this shit?
Hey, don't look. No sneak peeks.
Oh, that looks even more derp.
No sneak peeks.
Oh, damn.
All right. Should we just like gong? Yeah, okay. We've moved on. And yes, for the people who actually got eyes and can read. Yeah, there's some more derp. Now who's this from? Can't remember his bloody name, but yeah, I haven't seen it, so you can shoot me down. But it just seemed like, I mean, a lot of his videos are like 1-2 hours long, and it's like, well, we can't do that. So this was 12 minutes. World religions and extraterrestrial contact webinar and introduction.
Oh, I know who this is. This is Leaky, isn't it, or something? I bet it is Leaky.
No, it's not.
It's not Leaky. All right. Okay.
No.
All right.
All right. Let's go. Hey.
If we want to understand what are world religions, how are they related to extraterrestrial contact, we've got to begin by going to these creation myths. These are myths based on the idea of a primordial void or the primordial waters or even a primordial chaos. Now, this is something you find in virtually all the religious traditions, indigenous traditions as well. There is this great void at the beginning of time, the great waters, and out of these waters, out of this void, the first gods suddenly emerge, and these are beings that have great power, and they, at the inception of this kind of primordial history, they are the only ones around, these primordial gods. And they are described in all these religious traditions as the creator gods. So the very first, the oldest recorded creation story is the Enuma Elish. And in this creation story, in the Enuma Elish, it describes the creation of the gods, or these are creator gods. The first creator gods that emerged out of the waters in the Sumerian records, in the Enuma Elish, were Apsu and Tiamat.
Just made up.
And then they go on to create
names,
a series of gods that ultimately created humanity as a slave race. The Enuma Elish was first transmitted orally from generation to generation from Sumeria, and then eventually it went through Acadia, the Babylonians, and it was recorded in text in Babylonian around 1900 BC. And even though the original was from Sumer, though that is the original creation story.
Right.
So it had a number of tablets. So I want to spend a little bit of time describing the tablets, the Sumerian records of the Enuma Elish.
Oh my God.
This is spirit science only without the bright colors.
I don't know what it is because he sent me to sleep. I wasn't listening anymore. I mean, for fuck's sake, this is 12 minutes and 14 seconds long, and this is the introduction to the webinar. Thank Christ I didn't download the webinar.
Just going by looks alone, right? Just looking at him, right? If there was a competition to vote who is the most likely person to start a cult and murder thousands of people, he would win it. He just looks like that kind of person that would do that, doesn't he? Start a cult and do mass suicides or something.
Never mind the knobbly knees contest. You had like weird competitions at your
yeah. And we all know where he's going to end up, right? He's going to tell me how I'm from space because I'm a Jew, right?
Well, either that or a Nazi, one or the other. It doesn't matter.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. It will just tell you you're from space and subscribe to me and pay me money.
Yeah.
Watch my 14-day webinar to find out the truth.
I mean, is it just going to be him standing in front of that thing and just wittering on about aluminium people?
I don't know. Let me give this little man a scrub.
You mean the Anunnaki and all that shit?
No, there was something else he mentioned, and Ashinanush or something. I don't know what that was. Made up name, it sounds like.
I'll tell you what. Let me bring it up on the big screen, and you can have a look at the scrub.
All right. I recognize Babylonians. He said Babylonians. So
yeah, they live down the road from me. They're a nice couple.
The Babylonians.
Gods go to war against Apsu. Oh, poor Apsu. What did he ever do to anybody?
Who's he?
I don't know.
Could not claim the gods Tiamat, and war rages between Inic defender of gods.
Oh, as a half-naked dragon lady.
I believe Tiamat in D&D lore is the progenitor of all the dragons.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mipet, is this you in your human form?
That's confidential. I'd have to kill you if I told you.
Please do.
I know, right?
You'd have to do it after I've hit end stream, otherwise it would just go on forever. Kill me later.
We just have him talking forever and ever and ever. DKG's on the bunk. Just guy in.
Sounds like torture to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say no killing him while we're still watching this. He's not getting out of it that easy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the year 2032, the stream's still going and he's still talking, and we're sitting in our chairs rotting away.
I tell you what.
Yeah, put it on loop.
there is no way we can get through this shit. But I tell you what, I want to hear what he has to say about primordial war between ocean and surface dwelling civilizations.
Oh my God.
Go on then.
That's got to be knockout, isn't it?
Go for it.
Let's try.
Primordial war between oceans.
So the primordial waters, what I think that refers to is that there was a war between ocean and surface dwelling civilizations. That this kind of history of different creator gods coming along and establishing a presence and establishing assemblies and having offspring, eventually they establish dwellings or habitats on the Earth. And I think one of these wars, probably the first one, the war against Tiamat and Apsu, represented the first, this war of the gods between ocean dwellers and surface dwellers. That Tiamat and Apsu represented the
I know where that image
ocean-dwelling
comes from.
gods. And that Anu, Enlil, and Enki represented the surface dwelling gods.
Hey.
Oh, fuck off. Honestly, God. All right, okay. Matt, you said you know where that image comes from.
You see that image there? That's from a video game called Assassin's Creed.
Right, okay.
I'm pretty sure it is. It looks like the same sort of graphics and stuff like that. I'm like 90% there. That's from Assassin's Creed.
Did you notice that the editor started putting in dramatic music in there? that did not align with what he was saying.
No, he didn't at all.
He was just like talking shit. Yeah, just carrying on talking shit. Is my recipe for fried eggs, and you put the eggs in there. Unnecessary, and and it did not make it any more interesting at all whatsoever.
No, it didn't. Oh god, I think you gonged it at the right time. Actually, that was oh god.
No, I have a horrible feeling that, Commander, if I sent you this video, you would watch it from beginning to end and you'd lap it up.
I would just laugh at it. It's so goddamn ridiculous. I wouldn't believe a goddamn word, but I mean,
but you'd understand
the thumbnail just said it all. It was just so bullshit.
Yeah, this is definitely more up your alley, whereas Level of Observer is definitely up the rest of us' alley. That sounded filthy.
I don't want Adam up my alley. Thank you very much.
I'm going to get some wet wipes and give myself a wash down.
Yeah, you need to after that.
Oh, Adam, get out my alley. All right,
you're back, alley.
I'll tell you what. We do have another video, and it's from the same channel. I hoping to God it's not the same guy. Where is it? Which one is it? Astronaut versus Flat Earth. That was Leo. Here we go. Now we're gonna like this one. Buried Ukraine space ark in Kherson activates so Russia takes over.
Oh God, my word! What?
It explains everything. Starsky must know all about this.
Buried Ukraine space ark in Kherson began activating, so Russia takes over an entire city and region for the first time in its special military action.
You are listening to Exopolitics Today with Dr. Michael Salla, your source for the uncensored truth regarding the human, extraterrestrial, global, and political agenda. Click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And now, here's Dr. Michael Salla.
News reports have confirmed that the
Dr.
Russian army has captured the Ukrainian port city and region of Kherson, where an ancient space ark is claimed to be buried. According to two independent sources, the space ark is buried under Oleshki Sands National Nature Park, which is only 25 kilometers or 15 miles east of Kherson. The space ark is said to be activating and predicted to eventually begin flying into the air. Kherson is strategically important to the Russian military as it contains a freshwater canal to the nearby Crimean Peninsula, which is the only warm water port of the Russian Navy. Russia's capture of Kherson is vital for ensuring the long-term viability of its Crimean facilities, but also fulfills a new strategic imperative: to gain access to and control the alleged space ark. I was first told about the Ukraine space ark by my longtime source JP, who currently serves in the US Army and has been on covert missions to two other space arks. One mission was to the moon, and two others had been to the Bermuda Triangle area of the Atlantic Ocean. All three missions were jointly conducted by the US and China, and the second Atlantic Ocean mission included Russia, which had found its own ark but was not giving the US access.
The
On February
Trade
11th,
Federation is in
Question
on
is,
it.
what is it? What are its intentions? What are its capabilities?
Yeah, it's all about the
The
Trade
fucking
Federation.
Trade Federation. You know, this is a bunch of bollocks, right? Because the Penguin
You think?
Space
Wait a
Navy.
minute. No, Commander, please calm thy penguiny titties down a moment. You think this is bullshit? How dare
Well,
you?
I know it's bullshit because
Can
the
I,
Penguin Space Navy would never let the Trade Federation anywhere near Earth.
I do have to say, like, I am deeply taken aback by this geezer's in-depth insight in somehow he got lost, and I don't really know how that managed it, but fuck me, has he lost the plot? I don't think he knows what he's talking about, so
No,
it's like when he started mentioning his friend from the US Army, I was thinking, hang on a minute, the US Army's never been in Ukraine yet. But then he started saying, no, it's secret mission.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's up into the moon and. No.
Oh dear.
Loki, fellow space traveler in the chat. Do you know anything about this? I don't think the Martians would let the Trade Federation anywhere near Earth.
No, they wouldn't let the Trade Federation anywhere near because we've seen Star Wars, the fucking, what is it called? What was the first one? The Phantom Menace. You know, it was way too boring to be interesting to the Martians, so they just blew them up, fuckers.
The Galactic Alliance has this whole solar system quarantined. Nothing's coming in.
Oh, good.
But he has said that LSD-induced hallucinations are not good sources.
Yeah.
What like for a steak or something? Yeah, it's just not. Just go for the pepper sauce. Would you like the LSD sauce? No, I'll just go for the pepper sauce. Thank you.
No, I'd go with the LSD for sure.
We are going to have to bring this one up with Starsky. I'm going to be away on Friday, but we have to show this to him.
No, he might not be able to tell us very much because it'll be all secret, you know. Hush, hush.
I think he'd get a kick out of it. I think the Russians might have invented this bullshit.
Oh no, you don't need the Russians to invent this. Just fucking crazy Americans. They don't need the Russians. They can just do it themselves. Hey, look, you know, he's got a soldier friend who's been on space arcs too. What was the other one he was on? Mars? Was it Moon and Mars he was on? So yeah, it's got to be a legitimate source. Let's kick it in a little bit more, shall we?
11, JP gave me coordinates to a space ark he was told exists in Ukraine. The coordinates are for Oleshki Sands, which is the only natural sand desert in Ukraine and has long been a tourist attraction. The origins of the sandy desert have puzzled geologists, and there has been speculation that it is a result of historical overgrazing by sheep. JP later described what he was told about the Ukrainian space ark in briefings and by others participating in the covert missions to ancient arks being found all over our solar system and on Earth. On February 24, he left me the following voice message describing his new intel about...
Oh, damn. I wanted to hear what the message was. Damn you.
Well, it sounds like the whole background to this is mostly that I heard about this from a guy who claims to have bought a treasure map from a drunk pirate in a bar.
He was selling some beans.
Don't dish the magic beans.
Yeah, the magic ones that make you poop. Right. Yeah, no, sorry, Matt. I accidentally double pressed the button and I accidentally paused it. So that was my screw up. You want to hear the message? We'll give you the message.
Yeah, I want to hear the text message.
Space arks being found in Russia and Ukraine.
Remember I was telling you about the ark, how there was Russians surrounding the ship that we were on. They really wanted this information, and that's why they went down to the ark with us. And we gave them the opportunity to come down. We didn't have no problem, bringing the Russians and sharing information, because we knew that this was huge. This is worldwide huge. This is humongous. So all the world leaders need to know about it. So, but they did not keep their side of the promise by not taking us to their ark. But now, with this happening in Ukraine, that ark that is over there, I guess they want that information for them. And we were about to go to that ark. Don't be surprised if they start an excavation on that Oshasky Desert National Park, and probably this could be one of the first ships to go up in the air, and everybody see now that the nation in the world is on Ukraine. This probably is going to be one of the first ones that's going to go up, and everybody's going to see. And everything's going to stop to a halt. Everybody's going to be shocked because of this.
JP's revelation that the space ark found.
The question is, what is it? What are its intentions? What are its capabilities?
Now, I would say one of the last things that these people fail at all the time: never make fucking predictions, because it hasn't happened.
Yeah, I like the comment. I think it was Liam that said it in the chat, and he said, why is it all none of the world leaders know about it, but you do? I think that's very apt.
all the world leaders know about it. They're just hiding it.
Well, Trump isn't hiding it. He's got all those secret documents spread all across his floor. So it's probably in one of those, space ark,
At the arcs there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they've gone in.
He was probably using those to either give them to Daddy Putin or just to put ketchup and eat off them with his French fries.
No, he was probably wondering if he can turn the space ark into a hotel.
This stuff is a riot. I actually have tears in my eyes from laughing so damn hard.
You don't sound like you're crying, though. The laughter.
No, I'm trying to hold it together.
I want to know if there's one where you can just go and, pay your money to go for, a tour through one of these things. Would be awesome, I reckon.
I know.
Well, let's face it.
Know about it.
If they existed, Disney would buy it. Because that would be fuck Disneyland. We got a space ark. Come on, everybody. Come on, the space ark. Oi, oi, beep, beep.
Exactly.
None of these ancient spaceships are going to activate because their batteries are all run out.
Well, not all the batteries, just the one on the motherboard. Because you know what they're like. This bit's like, been there for lots of time. I don't know how long have they been there?
No. It's the battery for the starter motor that's dead because they can't start it up.
The battery, the mum's battery for Bob. She's pissed off, so she killed everyone.
Yeah.
The thermal decay nuclear electric generators on Voyager are about half power or M2M. You probably aren't having a senior moment. They're running at about half or 40% right now because they only last what's the half-life of that isotope of plutonium? I'm having the moment.
But yeah, it's still, but it's barely got enough power left to run an LED. Pretty much, it's not much left. Not much wattage left. They've turned most things off. I think they've turned most things off on both Voyager 1 and 2. I think
they have. They've been deactivating systems for years, but I mean, it's just amazing that they're getting a signal at all still.
I know.
Wait a minute, guys.
Gone
Now,
off the
stop.
track. Haven't we?
Yeah, stop it. You're talking about normal stuff. That's not allowed. Do not detract us from nonsense with actual facts, because that's not what we're here for. And for that punishment, I'm going to play the video.
Okay.
Surrounding Ukraine is activating, and US military authorities were ready to go in to investigate is very telling in terms of why Russia chose to intervene now. Even more astounding is his prediction that the Ukrainian Ark will eventually begin flying into the air. Indeed, with the world's attention currently on Ukraine, a flying space ark will instantaneously become a global event of profound significance. On February 26, during my What's Coming in 2022 webinar, I publicly revealed for the first time what JP had told me about the Ukrainian space ark. I subsequently received important corroborating information from Thorhan Eregian, a fleet commander of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, as relayed through Elena Denan, a former French archaeologist. 2 days after my webinar, Elena relayed to me the following information from Thorhan about Russia's military intervention into Ukraine and the deep state's involvement with the Ark. Quote, "This is not an invasion of Ukraine, but part of the cleansing operations. The deep state was attempting to activate the Ark, which they had found many years ago, buried underneath the sand in the lower southern part of Ukraine. The Ark activated, so it was time Putin got his hands on it. There is a second Ark in the north of Russia, but Putin already has control of it." End quote. Thorhan's information corroborated what JP had been told about 2 space arks found in the region, one in Russia and another in Ukraine. It's very significant that the deep state has had a strong influence over Ukraine since 2014 and was attempting to activate the space ark found in a sandy region of southern Ukraine, Oleshki Sands. On March 1st, Thorhan revealed more about the buried Ukraine space ark. Quote, "Putin has his hands on the other ark in the north of Russia, and he has been taught by positive extraterrestrials how to use this technology. It is information without consequence, because this ark in North Russia is secured and in good hands, contrarily to the Ukrainian ark, which, through to this day, March 1st, 2022, is in the hands of the Earth Alliance. It is still fought for by the deep state military based in the south of Ukraine near the ark, buried in the sand." End quote. Thorhan's information corroborates what JP had been told about Russia's control over a space ark found in its own territory. By March 2nd, Russia had defeated the Ukrainian military and had gained full control over Kherson, including Oleshki Sands National Nature Park. Kherson is the first Ukrainian city to fall to the Russian military, which is highly significant given claims of an ancient space ark found in the nearby Oleshki Sands. The discovery of a space ark that is activating under Oleshki Sands provides an understanding of why Russia has decided to militarily intervene in the Ukraine civil war that has been ongoing since 2014. Something dramatic must have happened behind the scenes to motivate Russia to intervene in a civil war that was essentially frozen as a result of a lack of progress on implementing the Minsk agreement.
The question is, what is it? What are its intentions? What are its capabilities?
Civil war, my ass. It's a war of aggression. And I knew it. I knew it. You have the deep state, you have all that Q shit, and they're trying to paint Putin in a good light. See, I knew it was Russian propaganda.
Yep.
Sorry, I was just typing into Matt. Matt's had to leave us. He's he's not feeling too good. So and he's way too tired. And I'm sure he's just been like bollocks his brain to buggery with all this shit. Honest to God, I mean, do you actually think these people actually believe this shit, or are they basically what they're doing is just like self-writing as like a science fiction story amongst themselves, just like just making shit up?
People believe the shit. I do think that someone out there is going to believe the fucking shit.
Oh, I'm not saying that people will believe it. Although, having said that, PJ CNet in the chat said it's all bullshit, which is quite funny. Even this is too much for PJ. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the people who are making the videos and the people who are making the claims and texting each other and phone call messages and stuff like that. What I'm saying is, are they just like, writing in their head a science fiction story that is just so fucking bizarre and then putting it out? And yet, yes, I know what you're saying, Commander, that some people believe it. I don't know. I'm not even too sure what my question was, but take it and run with it if you can.
Something tells me they just fill themselves with enough bullshit until they themselves believe it. They don't start out believing it. But look at the Queen of Canada. She fucking believes most of the shit that comes out of her mouth. And she says she's part alien.
Yeah, but you look if you look into her eyes, it's almost like she doesn't even know where she is or what she's doing. It's empty. It's vacuous. There's nothing there whatsoever. So I don't know.
I've met people like that.
I don't know what she believes. It's just like, it's like a goldfish to believe whatever is in her head at that moment in time. I don't know.
Yeah, there's been a couple of good comments. Joe Whip, if Putin had control of the space art, wouldn't he use it? Good question. And then Killer Cuts Clothing, is the Queen of Canada, Romana Dildo, involved with any of these arcs? Because you can imagine what she'd do if she got her bloody hands on one.
Or she'd get rid of the RV for a start.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, and prior to that, Ugly German Truths put, well, Commander, the crazies love the dictators as they seem to be so open about everything. Well, actually, they have the most secret shit running that you can imagine. So, yeah, I agree. They start out maybe just going, this could be a good lark and have some fun, but yet then they talk themselves into their own delusion.
Yeah. If the Russians had control of alien technology that included an interstellar ship, how come they're still sending astronauts up to the space station in a ship they built in the 60s?
See, now that's another
because they don't have any access to any space technology, probably younger than like the 1990s.
Well, they must have it, just keeping it secret, because obviously, you had that soldier who's been to arcs on the moon and on Mars, so they must be in operation somewhere. And I mean, one of the things he said in this video, I thought was quite amusing when he was saying that because of the war, all eyes are on Ukraine, and this UFO with flying saucer or whatever will take off, and everybody will see it. You know what? When things like happen in the world, like in Ukraine, it's like everybody else's cameras don't just like switch off. If a big fucking flying saucer flew out of Ukraine, war or not, I think we'd know about it. We don't have to have a war so that all eyes on Ukraine to see this thing happen. I don't understand that logic. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. All right. Well, with the silence, I think
some weird's just too fucking hard to take in there, TK.
I think we're going to go back for a moment. I think we better go back and
signed by Russia,
more.
France, Germany, Ukraine, and the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. While some claim that the Ukrainian army was preparing a lightning military campaign to retake the contested Donetsk and Lugansk administrative regions of Ukraine, others claim that US-sponsored biolabs were the real target of the Russian attack. While these are plausible scenarios,
Yay!
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. At this
Russian
point,
bullshit.
what a load of shit. No, this isn't Russian bullshit. It's just bullshit. Just utter shit. I think I've worn you
Well,
all
all
out. Yeah.
shit stinks the
I
same.
just
So
have nothing to say to that right now.
Yeah. I think I have literally worn you all down to the nub. I told you, didn't I? I told you it was going to be a short one.
You're just killing us one by one, you asshole. Oh my God. See, you've numbed all our brains. You've fucked us with Leo first.
I tell you what, get your notes out, Mipet. Let's go.
Okay. Well, first of all, we had Leo saying big words that he has no idea what the fuck they mean. And then we've decided on, as you said, Monkey, doing a campaign to get him to actually do experiments that are repeatable and verifiable, that aren't pantomimes. So, yeah, and I mean, he's just all talk, got no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And yeah, and then DKG, in all his wisdom, decided to give us fucking more. Complete asshole. And literally at the top, I just put more fucking Leo. And yeah, uses the Makeda map. So that's, you know, an instant pantomime. As we know, he loves the word pantomime. Yeah, and he started going on about floppy this and droopy that. I can only imagine he was looking down. And then, yeah, something about he knows nothing about anything. So, yeah, because he's an idiot. And then we went on to the really interesting bit of the world religion and alien contacts. And some dude made up some names and some war at sea and some war at land and the moon and the dramatic music and for no reason. And it's something buried in the Ukraine and yeah, something about something. And I don't know. I just, my brain just went fucking
I can
after
imagine
that.
After that point, it's just like, oh, for fuck.
Yeah. I did hear something about moon, Bermuda Triangle, Ukraine, China, USA, Russia. That's
they are
it.
definitely places.
They are places. They certainly are. So yeah, all in all, you know, thank fuck I've got earphones on because my brain would be licking out of my ears.
Can I just say something, right? But like the fact that these backward thinking, globe denying dipshits, you know, the reality rejecting, space shunning fucktards can actually agree that something is real, like the Bermuda Triangle. But I'll tell you something, they might agree that the Bermuda Triangle is real, but I bet that's as far as it goes. I bet every single fucking mystery that isn't true and can be explained and, you know, whatnot, is totally not how these fucking stupid twats, these utter fucking bellends, view reality.
I guarantee you they can't tell us the internal angles of the Bermuda Triangle either.
no, they can't. They don't know it's 180 degrees. And then even after I tell them, they're going to say no, and it's something else. And Lloyd's of London says that the area of the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than any other part of the ocean.
Actually, Commander, the internal angles of the Bermuda Triangle are greater than 180 degrees because it's on a globe.
Oh, yeah, because we're on a globe. I am so sorry.
I know. Caught you out.
I tell you what, you want fucking danger, come to the Valley in Swindon.
What's that? Is that a playground?
Yeah, it's a little playground.
Yeah, like one of those kids things where
I'll tell
you
you
jump
what.
around on trampolines and stuff.
It's banging, man. It's banging.
Paul, are you with us to give us your final thoughts tonight, or have you just given up? Just gone back to the Jurassic era? Purple. We've burnt Purple out.
Yeah, no, I've pretty much given up on this. There wasn't anything coherent enough to really make a
The
response
stream
to.
just went out.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But Orange, it's a nightmare. How can you discuss this with a legitimate thought? I don't know. Really don't. I'm even struggling to string sentences together now. My brain hurts. Well, with that anticlimax, is anybody else got anything to say before we close down tonight's proceedings?
Yes, I just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat, everyone on the panel, and please don't forget that tomorrow is the Uncalled For. It's going to be absolutely awesome. It's a sort of a part 2 from last week, going to talk about how absolutely disgusting that what's going on with Trump and these the legal proceedings that they're trying to, I'm not American, so I don't even do politics in my own country, but yeah, what an asshole Trump is, which we knew before anyway. But yes, all that sort of things happening. So tune in with Aimee, because it's going to be awesome. Yeah, other than that, Purple's got some great stuff coming up for Sloth Girl. Don't forget that. DKG, he's got Dr. Groovy tomorrow. Monkey is just a pain in the ass. Don't worry about him. Commander is probably got Penguin News coming out sometime. Me, I'm just around the place. I'm working on shit. DK, yep, that's pretty much everyone. Okay, everyone say good night.
Yeah, good night from this massive pain in the ass, motherfuckers.
Good night, all.
Good night, everybody, and fuck you very much.
Fuck you all.